Judy Zelina. Today we're down here at Presque State Park. Join me while I talk with some of the educators and they tell us all about their new spring and summer programs. Joining us is Brian Gula. Brian, it is always a pleasure to be here out on Presque with you. And actually, as we got set up, we're getting all ready to go. Floating right behind us is a mallard duck. Oh my gosh, it is just gorgeous out here. You never know what you are going to see out here, right, Brian?
Well, you know, that's it. You know, the lagoons is a special place. And, you know, every time you visit the lagoon, or any part of Presque, really, depending, you know, different times of the year, you never what you are going to encounter. You know, being outdoors,
right.
It's just, you know, it's what it's all about, and you never know when you're going to have that lasting memory.
We're going to be talking with Brian about the pontoon boat rides. They're going to be starting up because we're talking now about our spring-summer season down here at Presque. Brian, when are those going to start up?
We're going to kick everything off like a lot of things do in Memorial Day weekend. So Friday the 25th of May is going to be our first day for the pontoon boat season. And we're going to run throughout the weekend and Monday. And then through the month of June, we're going to be running a Thursday through Sunday schedule. And what that means is folks can come down Thursday through Sunday at the pontoon boat station, and they can sign up for any one of the rides. We have 3 rides a day offered, Thursday through Sunday, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 2 o'clock. And the sign up is a first come, first served sign up procedure here at the pontoon boat station, and that starts at 10 a.m. So visitors can come to the pontoon station at 10, sign up for the 11, the 1, or the 2, and enjoy a wonderful, interpretive, educational, and very scenic pontoon boat experience.
That's what I wanted to bring up too. Not only is it interesting when you're out on this pontoon ride, it's educational because you never know what you're going to see. What are some of the things that I might be able to see on this ride?
Well, you know, we've encountered some really just magnificent and wonderful things. Yeah, we've had deer swimming across the lagoon
for people to see. Yes.
You never know when you're going to experience an eagle or an osprey flying over, or even diving down and catching a fish right in front of the boat. Lots of migratory birds, waterfowl. A lot of songbirds too, woodpeckers along the way. And then of course, being in the wetland area, there's a lot of fallen logs and trees in the water, and you may encounter some of our turtles, our turtles sunbasking on the logs. Or maybe you might see something that looks like a stick or a log sticking up out of the water, but as you get a little bit closer, you realize that it is a snapping turtle, the head. And then you see the shell, and then they swim, and so you just really never know what you're going to encounter, and we take advantage of all those moments. I see you have binoculars.
Would you recommend that I bring a pair of binoculars with me on this ride?
Well, you're more than welcome to, but if you forget to bring your binoculars, no worries, because the pontoon boat program we offer, we have binoculars that are on board the boat. We provide all the life jackets, everything that is needed. So you really don't need anything unless you want to bring your own, and that's more than welcome. And a camera, I would recommend a camera for sure.
You have some items here that I think you want to show our viewers, some of the things we might see again out on our ride.
Well, the lagoon has a lot of diversity. As we go through, you never know what we might see in the water, or even sunbasking on the logs. This is a common animal that we would see in the water. A lot of times you do see a glimpse of the head or maybe the top part of the shell. And this is a common snapping turtle. And common snapping turtles are really an amazing part of the ecology here at Presque. And they can be quite amazing. They're a long-lived turtle, and they look very prehistoric. a lot of times, and once in a while, depending on the time of year, usually in May, June, and maybe the early part of July, you may see a snapping turtle on land, because that is when the females come out, find a nest, and lay their eggs. And so you can encounter them in the water or on land.
Again, you just never know. You have pelts in there, so I'm going to see a lot of wildlife on this excursion, aren't I?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen animals like mink and beavers. You know, we have several beaver lodges along the lagoon, along the trip, that we interpret, and we talk about the function and you know, how they play a role in nature, and just the natural beauty of the lagoon.
So I think it is great that you've got 3 rides running from Thursday through Sunday, and you used to have a night pontoon ride. Do you think you might be implementing that this season?
Well, absolutely. We're going to offer 2 evening rides, Wednesday and Friday night. So once we have our kickoff, Memorial Day weekend, that following week, the first Wednesday starts, and then throughout the summer, we'll offer an evening ride every Wednesday and every Friday night. And with those evening rides, the registration on those is a little different. You have to call every Monday at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And you just for that week, so you can sign up. You call the Tom Ridge Center to get on the Wednesday or the Friday night ride of that week. But we'll be running that all season long.
Okay.
And starting July 1st, we run the pontoon boat program daily. So for May and June, we run Thursday through Sunday, but starting July 1st all the way up to Labor Day, it is a daily, 7 days a week operation.
Okay, and you know, viewers, even if you go on the daytime pontoon ride, I know from being down here with Brian, the evening ride, it's a whole different set of scenery, isn't it?
Well,
it's a whole different perspective on Presque Isle.
Well, it is. Most animals on Presque Isle, we have a lot of nocturnal animals. So in those evening hours, usually they're a little more active. You can maybe have a better opportunity of seeing the deer, seeing the beaver swimming around and slapping his tail on the water. You know, it's just one of those things. You know, daytime is great and beautiful, and you can see a lot of things during the day too, but nighttime offers a different perspective of the lagoon as well.
Oh, Brian, thank you so much for letting us know about these pontoon rides. They've been in effect for quite a few years now.
Yeah, it's over 20 years.
Right, and you've got to come down, sign up, get on the ride, and just learn what's going on in this area. And Brian will be glad to point things out to you. Absolutely, and my volunteers that operate the pontoon boat program. Okay, thanks, Brian. You're welcome. Well, you never know where I'm going to end up when we're out here taping these programs at Presque Isle. And yes, I am in a kayak. And here to tell us about the wonderful kayak programs they've got on Presque Isle this season is John Laskos. John, it is so good to see you again. Good to see you too again. It's nice to be outdoors. When we were doing our fall-winter, you and I were inside. We were inside talking about learning programs for small children. Now we're outside. Here we are. Tell our viewers about some of the different kayaking programs. They sound awfully interesting. Kayaking has picked up in popularity in the past several years, and we're taking advantage of that because it's a good way to draw visitors to our park. One of the programs that we'll be doing, it will be called Eco Paddle. And what's involved in that? Eco Paddle, to register, you would call the park, and if you don't have your own kayak to bring, you'll be able to rent a kayak from the concession stand at the lagoon launch area. That's simply a tour of the lagoon's interior system with the environmental educator. It's about a 2-hour paddle. It doesn't have to be the experienced paddler. If you're just new to kayaking, that would be a good opportunity for you to come out and participate with us. And that would be the Eco Paddle. The Eco Paddle, yep. Eco Paddle. Got it. What else do you have? A newer program that we're just starting in May and we're kind of excited about is a kayaking by moonlight, where we'll do it once a month, full moon.
conditions, around 7 o'clock p.m., depending on when the moon is out, we will spend about 2 or 3 hours in the lagoons and explore it by moonlight.
Have you ever done a moonlight program like this before, or is this the first time?
First here at the park. I've done it personally in other parts of the state, but bringing it here would be a great idea. The lagoon system transformed, and it's a different area at night.
That's what I hear. I mean, I really don't get down here at night. Daytime, it's great, but it sure would put a different perspective on it in the evening. If anybody wanted to, now you have to sign up for these, don't you?
These programs require that you call ahead of time and pre-register.
All right. John, is there usually a cost involved?
Some programs there are no fees. Certain other programs, such as the Kayak by Lagoons and Moonlight, there is a $5 fee for that. And we'll ask people to come out and bring a dish to share. After we're done touring the lagoons under the moonlight, everyone will be able to discuss what they've just enjoyed and share a little snack with everybody. How
fun. You know, it would be great, of course, if you do have your kayak, to come down and just ride in the lagoons in your kayak. But out there with an educator, they're able to point different things out.
That's correct.
To you. Now, if someone was interested in signing and registering for one of these programs, how can they get more information?
Well, there's a couple ways you can do that. You can call 833-7424, or you can visit a website called www.trekpi.org. We try to keep the information as up to date as possible.
Okay, now you have a monthly newsletter also.
We do, yep.
So even if someone wanted to physically stop at the Tom Reach Center, they can pick up a newsletter and find out all the great programs you have going on.
The newsletter contains all the programs that educators such as Brian and myself have going on for that particular month.
Okay, great programs. Like I said, there's always something going on down here, and you never know. John, you just might get me in a kayak in the water next time.
Wouldn't that be great?
Emily Pritchard is joining us now, and Emily is going to tell us about some great new programs that they have in place here at Presque, and it's the camping programs.
Yes, correct. We are bringing back some of our all-time favorite camping programs, as well as introducing a brand new one this summer.
Now, I know in the past there has been camping. What was involved with that?
There has. In the past, we did scout camps at the Erie Bluff State Park. This year, we are continuing with our scout overnight camping, but we are also bringing in a brand new family camp.
So this is, now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is going to be right here on Presque Isle.
It is, yes, very exciting.
Now that's the first time for this.
That is the first time, right. You cannot camp on Presque Isle State Park without the use of a naturalist or during a program. So we are offering a sort of camping 101 here at Presque Isle. It is a way for families to come out with their children. Maybe these families aren't campers themselves, something they want to get into, but don't have the equipment or maybe the know-how to get out there with their family. We want to offer them that ability to come and see what it's about. So we will provide all the equipment except for your sleeping bag and your pillow. We have tents like this one available for them, as well as we will provide the food and the entertainment too. We're not just going to be sitting around tenting. We're going to be learning about Presque Isle and the natural history and some of the activities you can do out here as well.
Okay, now first off, there is there's some different programs for camping. Tell us about the ones with the younger children.
Sure, definitely. Our different programs, the camp programs, are for the younger kids. It's called our Discover E program. It's something that Pennsylvania State Parks offer throughout the state. And this is for ages 4 to 17. It's a day camp. They can come out anywhere between 2, 3, up to maybe 4 hours in a week. And the ages are broken up. So you don't have, the 4-year-olds with the 17-year-olds. We do have 4 different programs for them. And they focus anything from natural history history to ecology to environmental conservation and history. You know, a lot of state parks around the area look a lot different than what they used to, and so one of the age groups gets to dive into that history and really, you know, uncover the neat things. Especially here at Presque, we have you know, rich in history.
How much fun. So of course they're going to be learning different things. You're going to educate them, but you were talking a little bit about crafts. They're also going to be doing some crafts in this program?
They sure are, yeah. Like you said, we're educating, you know, about the animals and the environment. Like right here I have the red fox, which has its habitat on Presque.
This is soft, I have to tell you, and very warm too.
So they'll be learning about animals like this one, as well as doing, the younger kids will be doing some nature crafts. Here we have our snake made out of beach glass, that is, or beach driftwood, thank you. That is collected right here at Presque.
That I know.
Yeah. So, you know, we really try to incorporate nature into whatever we're doing, whether it is that they're learning about the animals or that we bring in some crafts for them.
This is absolutely adorable.
Thank you.
I mean, there's a lot of thought. I know I've done programs before on your day camps talking about the crafts, and you guys really come up with some great ideas for all the different age groups. It's not just for the little ones. It's really interesting and exciting for all ages.
That is correct, and we really we change up the programs based on the age groups. You know, like I said, this may be for the younger ones, but for the older group, the 17-year-olds, they won't be doing crafts, but they will be getting hands-on experience about what it's like to take care of a park. They will have an opportunity to come up with a project or a program in order to better the environment around us.
Okay, Emily, is this an everyday event? And if someone's interested in signing their children up, how do they go about that?
Sure. Our Discover E-Camps are taking place in July of this year, and depending on your age, you have a different day of the week that you're coming. If you're interested in signing up, you just call our park office. There is a limited amount of registration required, and also there is a fee involved. But if our camp fills up, there are other camps offered throughout the state, so there might be a close one that they can sign their kids up for that too.
Okay. All right, now let's talk about this fun overnight camping.
Definitely.
What's all involved in this?
Sure. We have two different programs for our overnight camping. The first one is for the scouts.
Okay.
And so if you are, you know, a scout leader or involved in a scout, you can call and get some more information about that. They will be camping here at Presque, as well as sort of our sister park, the Erie Bluff State Park too. And the other one, the family event, that is, of course, signing up to a small fee for that, like I mentioned, but that gets you your food as well as entertainment and all the equipment you would need to do your camping.
That is, and you called it Camping 101, which I find very interesting because I would do Camping 101. So I don't have to be an experienced camper.
No, no, not at all. And you know, that's what we're really looking for. We're looking for the people that want to come out, maybe get their feet wet in camping, don't have the equipment or the know-how, but really want to get their children out in the outdoors and experience it. And we will be here, you know, to help you all night long. So you know, no worries.
To make it a true family event.
Exactly.
And if they want more information, they can always check it out on the website.
They
correct?
They can check it out on the website, and they can always call the park office.
Okay, Emily, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For letting our viewers know about this wonderful new program.
Well, we are excited about it, so thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Bike riding is a very popular activity here in Presque Isle, and Ray Bierbauer is here to tell us about some of the wonderful new bike riding programs they're putting in place for this season. Ray, it's so good to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
I love coming down here. It's visiting familiar faces and old friends.
And talk about great programs.
Great programs. Ray, first off, tell our viewers, where are we right now?
We're standing out front of the old pump house at the Waterworks area, and this is where the Yellow Bike Rental holds their area to rent bicycles on the peninsula.
Okay. Now, you are going to be having some bike riding programs. Tell our viewers a little bit about what you have in place for this year.
Well, this summer we're going to do a monthly bike ride around the end of the peninsula, starting here at the Waterworks area, and we're going to head out to the eastern end and come around using the multi-purpose trail. Anybody can join us on there. There's no registration or fee unless you're renting a bike from the rental place here. And each time we're going to have little different topics to talk about as we go along our ride.
So it's not only going to be fun
Yep.
and entertaining and healthy,
Yeah.
it's going to be educational.
It'll be educational as well.
What were some of the subjects you were telling me that you were thinking of implementing?
Obviously, we're going to focus on one of the rides will be on the wildlife and around here. So we'll stop. We'll at some of the sites where we know there's a lot of animal activity. Some of the former, like maybe the old Eagle's Nest site, we'll stop there and talk about them. The fish activity that goes on at some of the various spots along the trail, and where we see a lot of the different animals on the peninsula and why they're seen at these certain spots and not others along the way. The other one that I think is a lot of fun too is the historical components that are out here in the park. So we'll stop at some of the old structures like the Foghorn Foundation. I'll have pictures of that, go over that. The lighthouse is always a really good topic to bring up and go through the story on that. Some of the trails as well, where the old sawmill used to be out here and stuff. Some of the spots that people wouldn't know were out here at one time, we'll discuss that, like a caviar plant. There used to be one of those out here as well as a hospital. So
really?
I'll show those sites to folks and kind of give a little history about what's going on with them and why they were here and when, and we'll go from there. So
There is a lot of history here.
yes.
Now, Ray, you were telling me that this is a newer bike.
Yep, this is a new bike. We received a grant from Highmark this year for their Get Healthy program, and this is one of the items that we purchased to encourage people to come out and join us, go for a ride, get educated a little bit about things out here, as well as get healthy. So getting people out and getting them moving.
That's what you want to do.
Yep.
Now, is there a specific age limit on these monthly bike rides?
Just as long as they can ride on a bike. If you have your own bike, you're welcome to bring that along too. So if you have a child that's in one of those little carts that can attach to the bike, they're welcome to join us. Anybody that can it's about a 7-mile loop it'll be. Anybody that can handle that is welcome to come along with us. And
7 miles.
7 miles. It'll go fast. So
If you're not in shape to begin with, by the time you're done, you're going to be in shape.
Yeah, and we'll be stopping along the way, so it's not like a continuous thing. We'll be going along the way and stopping here and there and stuff. So it's not a continuous ride. We're not speed racing around here.
Okay.
We're not going to set any time records, but it'll just be a nice leisurely pedal through the park, and as we go along, we'll talk about the things that we see along the way.
And as you said, there's no registration, so you
Yep.
don't have to sign up in advance. You just have to show up.
Just show up.
For more information, they can...
Yep, just call the Presque office, and they'll have all the information there, the dates and everything that we're going to be meeting when we publish our program flyers and stuff. The dates will all be announced on there. Yep.
Ray, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm kind of excited because actually bike riding is something I think I can do.
Yeah.
So
Well, join us on one of them.
I think I will, Ray.
Okay.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Walking is a wonderful way to enjoy Presque Isle. Many of us have been out here and we've taken a walk during the day, but today Stacy Morand is going to be telling us about a program that they have here at Presque Isle, and it's called night hiking. Stacy, tell our viewers a little bit about this.
Night hiking, it's a great time to actually come out on the park, because at night you can see a lot of the animals that you would not be able to see during the day, and there's no telling what we're going to see on any particular night hike that we have. A lot of the animals, it's too hot to come out during the day, and they'll come out at night. But it's also very unique in the sense that you are not allowed to walk on Presque Isle at night, but this way you'll have an interpretive guide, and they will guide you on a hike.
So that's kind of special to be out here at night.
Yeah.
Because the signs say, of course, no stopping or anything after dark. Now, how often do you have these hikes?
We're going to be having these hikes once a month throughout the entire summer, except in May. We won't have one.
Okay. Do I sign up for these? How do I find out?
You don't have to
about
sign
them?
up, but just keep an eye out in the Erie Showcase in the newspaper, and also check the schedule of events at trekpi.org, and they will tell you where the hike is going to meet for that month, and where and at what time.
So it's not the same hike every month?
Oh, no. They would go to somewhere different on the park every month, and it's always on one of the interior hiking trails.
Okay, and what can I expect on one of these hikes? Of course, I'm going to see some animals that I wouldn't see during the day, but it's also educational, correct?
Oh, absolutely. So we have a chance to, of course, when we see an animal, sometimes we don't see them, sometimes we only hear them. And the educators will, you know, maybe try to get the coyotes to howl or try to call in owls. And so it's always educational, you know, learning about these animals.
What time do they generally start?
They generally start around 8 o'clock in the summer.
And then how long do they go for?
About an hour, hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, that's a great way for an evening. Now, can I bring my family? The kids, are children invited to this?
Children are invited as long as, you know, the walks are usually about 2 miles long. So if you think that your child can walk quietly for 2 miles, then you could bring them along.
Stacy, you're holding some items. What are those?
Well, this is actually, a lot of our educators will take these on the night hikes with them. And these are actually animal locators, and there's all different kinds of calls on here. So one call that a lot of the educators really like to use at nighttime is we like to see if we can get the coyotes to howl. Oh, there we go. It's a coyote locator call. And then
it's a coyote locator call?
Well, it's kind of yipping and yapping a little bit.
Okay.
And sometimes if they hear that, they might answer back. And there's a couple of other different sounds on here.
Different animal sounds?
Yeah, let me see.
What animals would there be?
Let me see if I can get to...
What is that?
It's coyote pup howl. Little pup.
Oh, okay.
So if you can just imagine little guy sitting there howling.
Okay, now, coming on these hikes, should I bring anything with me?
Let me turn this off. No, you don't even have to bring a flashlight because what happens is your eyes really adjust to the darkness, and if you shine a white light, that actually takes away your night vision and you won't be able to see as well. It actually does take 20 minutes for your eyes to adjust, and sometimes when you get here for the night hike and you're waiting, your eyes are automatically adjusting. But if anybody feels unsafe, let's say, you know, you don't want to trip over a root or anything that you can't see, if you bring a flashlight, make sure it has a red lens on it. And we actually use some also with the red lenses on it to in case we want to point anything out in the distance, unless we see something like maybe a skunk.
Okay.
We want to shine the red light on them, we can do that.
Okay. And I hope the red light would make them run away. So you really see so many interesting things out here. You just make it exciting for everybody, right?
Yes, and even if you don't see a whole lot of things, just the experience of walking outside on Presque at night is, you know, it's just, depending on where the trail is, you can hear the waves, you know, Lake Erie, and just hear a lot of the different animals. And right now, even in the daytime, just listening to the wind through the trees is an experience that a lot of people, you know, you don't hear that when you're...
It's a peaceful sound.
Yes.
I think being in the woods is very peaceful and very relaxing and very lethargic, I think. So everyone should come down this summer and enjoy you on these walks, but again, not just summer, it's all year long.
Yes. Yeah, and if you don't get a chance to come out here at nighttime, come out here during the day and take a walk in the woods, you know, on your own, even if you don't get a chance to join someone on a hike.
There's so much going on down here, not only just during the day, viewers. I'm learning about so many programs that they have implemented here for the night. So it is all day, all year long, morning through the night.
Yes.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you for joining us today at Presque Isle. Be sure to check out these programs and other programs that they offer down here on their website. Stop in at Tom Ridge Center, talk with one of the educators. Feel free to give them a call. And As you saw, there's something going all spring, all summer. Come down and join us.